know if we could have scripted a senior day any better. I mean, I thought we really played well. You know, I thought we started the second half really well to kind of give us distance. Defensively, we were better in the second half. Offensively, I thought we were really good the whole game. I'm really thrilled with how we're playing offensively as we head to Greensboro. I think we're at a really high level there. And, you know, I was anxious today, not about if we could beat Clemson. I just wanted it to be a good day for our seniors because, my gosh, they deserve it. So we couldn't have scripted that any better with what those guys, how those guys finished for us. So off to Greensboro.
Astoria inherited a pretty hot hand there midway through the first half, and other
he
than
did.
a couple buckets at the end, really cut him down.
He was crushing us. The guy was rolling, and but you know, in hindsight, we should have started Steve on him, and we debated that. But Steve to the rescue again. He's just so reliable defensively, so solid. I thought he did a really good job, and you know, I thought Zach was really good today. You know, decisions with the ball, scoring around the bucket. He gave us some really good stuff too.
How nice was it to get back to kind of moving, sharing the ball? The last two games, I think it was 12 assists, 11 assists, and then 20 tonight.
Yeah, yeah, it was good. You know, I thought in the second half of the Louisville game we were really moving and flowing, and then this game. So, you know, I think offensively, I feel good about where we're at heading down there, and we were good defensively in the second half to do it. So, you know, we're healthy. Our frame of mind is good. We're confident. I mean, you couldn't be going into the postseason in a better mode, and you know, so I'm thrilled where we're at as we head to Greensboro.
Why wouldn't you start Astoria on him just to pace him a little?
You know, I think I listen to my darn assistants too much. You know, I mean, you know, sometimes I do that, but you know, because he was a little bigger and he was a four-man and he was posting a lot. But you know, he just got rolling. He felt really good. We played a little bit of zone to kind of try and change the rhythm. They got it to him at the high post. You know, so Steve again to the rescue helped us, and then Pat was back on him some in the second half too.
With Zach, you know, his best game in a while. How big was this for him to get in that frame?
Yeah, well, I think he's, you know, I think for him, you know, one thing he's done, he has been great with the ball. You know, he really is moving it and kicking it to our perimeter guys, and for the most part, not forcing any bad stuff around the basket. But I thought tonight, some of his post moves were very decisive. We did a great job hitting him on screen roll stuff. And, you know, I think it's important for him to feel maybe a little better about himself before we head there.
Before the season started, you said one of the things that gave you comfort was knowing that you had 2 of the 10 best players in the ACC. I'm not sure how that resonated with a lot of people, but I think they've proven that.
They have proven that, Tim. You're right. I mean, I told you I had their names up on the board. I said, you know, what always made me feel like we could be back in the mix this year is Grant and Conant were 2 of the 10 best players in the league coming back, and seniors and men, and they've won together. And they were fabulous at setting the tone for us. I really believe that our sophomores and Colson have played more like juniors because of the leadership of Pat and Jaron.
What have been some of their leadership challenges over the course of the season? As you think back to how this team has evolved since you first got together in the summer, you know, what were the tough times for them, and how did they step up as leaders and provide the guidance to?
Well, you know, I think it started in Italy. You know, I think it's just the overall getting to believe again, and that we could have a presence in this league after going 6-12 last year. I think those 2 guys helped the young guys believe. I'll say this very honestly: they helped the coach believe too. You know, everybody's on their heels after 6-12, but those 2 guys were so confident coming back that, starting with me, it made me feel like, God, the way they're moving around and the way they're talking, we do have a chance. And I think it was contagious with Demetrius. You know, again, Demetrius and Zach had to be key guys. And there's no question that Jaron and Pat starting in Italy made them feel that way, how they talked in huddles, how they talked in the locker room. You know, it helped me bring them along as key guys.
And then you had some games early in the conference season that were really escapes that could have gone a different way.
No question. And there's where number 22 is the difference maker. You know, I mean, we won a lot of close games. We stole wins. And when you have Jaron at crunch time and in game situations, that's where you know, that's where I think we were all very confident. The year before, we couldn't finish those. We were in a lot of game situations, but we didn't have the closer. We've got the closer who can score it or make the play, and I think all the other guys are really confident when he has it in his hands and they get their hands ready and they're ready to attack.
Mike, with all that, I mean, how much do you want to see his name as player of the year in the league the next couple of days?
Oh, I think he's very deserving. I mean, I don't get overly emotional or anxious if a guy, he should get it in the debate. I mean, I think he's very deserving. What he's done this year, and really when you encompass the turnaround, now we've got two polls. We've got a media poll and we've got a coaches poll. And I'll be very interested to see, now most of the coaches that I've listened to and talked to, I think they're Jaron Grant guys. I'm not sure about Tobacco Road Media, but we're going to find out.
Would it validate, like you say, when you go to Tobacco Road and you have the success down there that you had this year, would it validate having a Notre Dame guy in the second year?
That would be huge. And, we did deliver on Tobacco Road. I mean, we won 2 or 3 down there. There's no question. I just think, God, it's such a great story, too. The overall story is really good. I'd be disappointed if he didn't make one of those, get it in one of those. I think he's very deserving, and I'm semi-confident that he's going to get one of those. It's been just amazing to watch.
What else do you love about this team going into that makes them dangerous going into the ACC?
They believe. They believe it's their time now in postseason. And they certainly have prepared themselves with how they've handled the regular season to believe. They have every reason to believe. I don't think I have to work on that. Other teams, I was trying to plug a little bit, and I certainly don't want to overcoach them as we head into the postseason, and you want to let Jaron and Pat continue to set the tone for us.
Have you had much of a chance to think about where this regular season, this group stacks up against some of the other regular seasons you've had?
Well, it's funny. Everybody asks, I don't like to get into, everybody, this is your best team, right, Coach? Or this is your best team. I've had a lot of really good teams here. I've had a lot of really good teams. This is right there with any of them. And I enjoy them, but I hate when they say, well, this is your best team. I mean, we've had some other pretty good teams if you think back. And those teams that I've really enjoyed have had great leadership and have been low maintenance. When you have great leadership, there's not much maintenance. And all those ones that have won 25, 26, 27, won 13, 14 league games, they had great leadership. And when you have great leadership, it's fun coming into teaching that class every day, because they kind of get the rest of the guys really prepared. They get them more than halfway there, and then I can figure out how to do it the rest of the way.
Like you said, you don't want to overcoach him. Just kind of give us a game plan of taking us up to the ACC games.
Well, I mean, tomorrow will be a day where we'll recover. We got a flight at 7 o'clock Monday. We'll get down there. We'll practice here Monday, get a good practice. We've got 2 practices down there on Tuesday and Wednesday before we play. We get in the arena Wednesday morning for 45 minutes. That'll be important to go live and get up and down in that arena for 45 minutes. But, we got to pace it a little bit, because 9 o'clock, in which that's going to be 9:45 probably. 9:45 on Thursday is a long way away. So you almost want to pace us a little bit. And tomorrow we'll start to talk about the postseason, but we won't do much physically.
As you extend there in the second half of the league, do you start thinking about a scenario as to how am I going to take Pat and Jaron out there at the end?
Yeah, no, I had it planned. Matty Farrell and Torres, we're going to go and get them.
Why Matt Farrell?
Just. You know why? Because he's been practicing great. He really has been practicing well. So I just wanted to, it maybe wasn't so much who I was putting in. It was more getting those guys out together. And again, when I'm thinking last night, I'm going, God, I hope I can do that. I hope we're in a position where you can do that. And, we handled our business where you could.
After the loss to Syracuse, how important was it not just to win the last 2 games, but to put in those complete performances?
Yeah, I think it was very important. We had a week off. I was concerned going to Louisville, how sharp would we be? We've had, time off, and I thought we really answered the bell down there and played great on the road. And we've been, the nice thing is, we'll start talking about tomorrow, we've been great away from this building. And everything else is away from this building now. And so there's not like I've got to convince them that we can be good on the road now. We've been really good on the road. Thank you.